Okay, everybody, welcome back to the West Texas A&M rebuild. We're currently in the transfer portal week 1. We're going to go through the transfer portal all 4 weeks and knock it out. Before we get started, I found a way to adjust my volume and the game's volume. So if you think this is a good mix, please let me know. If you think I need to up my volume or down the game volume, let me know that too. I'd appreciate the advice. And we'll get that fixed for you. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump in here. A lot of people. So I got some guys that are really going with me. Like this guy here. We might still go him because of, nobody's going after him. We're in a fight here with Kansas, which we'll probably lose. Not going to lose that. Not going to lose that. Probably not going to lose that. Playing time. Okay, so there's something I've learned about playing time. When you put a guy on, so I added McFall, right? And his playing time is C+. So the thing is if I remove this guy, his playing time goes to A-. Because the deal with that is what it is he is a lower overall than the other guy. So the other guy is scheduled to start over him. So that's the reason we lose that deal breaker. So first things first, let's get in here and take a look. We need some linebackers. A lot of linebackers. We need some cornerbacks. We need some safeties. We need some offensive linemen. So all around, it's just going to be a struggle. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through here. And I want DJ McKinney. Transfer portal. I'm in the wrong place. Here we go. Okay, so over to running back. This is a decision I have to make right now, right? Like, oh my gosh, this guy is awesome. He's an awesome guy. Jared Gibson. No, maybe it's not him. That's not him. It's not the guy I'm thinking of. Okay, so McFall is right here. And he is a true freshman. So this is my thing, right? Is if I put him on, I'm going to lose the other guy. We're looking at Indiana. Need to take a look. We're going to go ahead and put him back on there. If I need to take him off, I'll take him off. But I'm going to take a look at that really closely. So we're going to take a look at wide receivers. Is there anybody we might be interested in? Let's see down here. Speedsters. They're juniors, so their numbers are going to be slightly inflated to where they're supposed to be. We'll take a look at that again in a minute. Right now, what we need to do is look at offensive linemen. Okay, so we got Trey Zune on there. We got a good chance with him. But let's look at who else we got. SMU, Boise State, UTSA, North Texas. Okay, so right here, this guy too. You look at what he's got. The players, the teams that are going to go for him may not be able to throw a bunch of hours at him, so we're going to go ahead and grab him. Going to go down the list. This one, you see USC, LSU, Texas. They're all going to be able to throw crazy recruiting hours at him, so we're not going to go there. This is another one that maybe we can look at right here, right? He's a freshman. Here's a junior. So we got to kind of be a little picky with what we're doing, right? So let's go over to guards. Right, we don't want to go too crazy, but we're going to go ahead and throw at this guy too, even though he is only a 3-star, but he's still close to the top 300 players. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to search. I'm going to go to interest in my school, top 3. We're also going to change this to 3, the pipeline level, and see what that gives us on players. Okay, so right away you can see we're Bryson Washington. Okay. All right, here we go. Wide receivers. These are guys that we are in their top 3 pipelines, and we're in their top 3 in interest level. Right away, you can see here SMU, Texas, TCU, Rice. That's a long shot. This guy, Indiana. We're going to go ahead and throw this guy, Gill Jr. on there. We'll see what it looks like when we get over there. You saw a while ago, we have got a total of 6-7 offensive linemen. We need 5. So I think we're good on offensive linemen. Probably be okay with that. See what it looks like for center, though. Okay, not a whole lot there. So going over to edge. You know, this guy could be a good pickup for us. He's a true freshman, so he'll be a sophomore next year. But it's saying we really don't need linemen, but I'm going to be honest with you, we need linemen because the ones we got are not that good. Here, this guy's a sophomore, Oklahoma, Memphis. We're going to throw him on there. So we're throwing a lot of people on there, and we do not have a lot of hours. But there is reasoning behind this. So this guy's a junior. He's going to be a senior. We may come back and take him off. We'll take a look. Okay, here we go. SMU first. So we're looking at that. Should be good there. So we're going to do that. We're being really selective because we don't have a lot of stuff. And some of these guys we're already going after that are going to be regular recruits we need. But we also need to pick up some players in the portal that can help bolster our overall and give us some playmakers at different positions that'll really help us out. So here you see SMU, Minnesota, Oklahoma, and Indiana. Here you see Kansas, Oklahoma, Memphis, and you can see we're at 3 on these. So we're going to go ahead and drop both these guys on there. As far as safeties go, I think we're okay, but we're going to see if there's anything decent here for us. We're probably not competing for that guy. We could probably compete maybe for that guy. So this guy is going to be a senior, so we're going to throw him on there. That's what we're going to do. All right, so we're good. So now we're going to go look at our recruiting board. Man, that's crazy. Okay, so here we go. Boom, 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 boom. These are the guys we threw in here. We're going to take a look real quick. If Colorado or Nebraska comes after this guy, it's going to be tough. I can tell you that right now. I have an idea about that, and I'm going to share it with you in a minute while we're going to go ahead and go after that running back. Actually, I'm going to do it right now. Okay, so you see this running back right here. Currently, he has nobody else recruiting him. If nobody else recruits him, and we're his only scholarship, he is probably going to sign with us, even though he's got us locked out. So we're going to roll with that for right now. What do we got here? Prescott, well-rounded. Marcel Reed, get this guy in there. Marcel Reed, I'm going to throw everything at the kitchen sink at that guy right off the bat. This is the thing, guys. So we're doing all this right now, right? And we're not going to have hours to give to all these guys because there's 30 people on the list. How many do I got? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. So 19 players. 20, so let's say 20. 20 divided into 5 is going to be 20. So we can give all these guys 20 right now. And that's okay for the first week. because the next week, week 2, is the most important week. Actually, I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay, here we go. So I have these guys pitches, so we can do 20 on the pitch. Right, go here. Not real big. Visits, I'm not real big on visits unless you're really dogfighting it out with somebody. And that's the only time really that I'm really throwing visits at people. It's going to be tough because we don't have a lot of hours. So all we're trying right now to do is we're trying to fill this out, right? We're trying to fill it out, trying to figure out who's interested in us, where we can maybe pick up some players. We're not going to pick up a bunch. We already know that. But we're going to do what we can to pick up a couple, right? So that's the plan. Okay, now we get down here to these guys. So the 4 stars, 25. We're going to throw more hours at them. And then we're going to look at some other stuff when we get there. Just a minute. Nine. is what they threw at him. You can see what we threw at him. So there is definitely a chance for us to get him. Let's see. Playing style. So, okay, right off the bat, we already know his pitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to get his pitch in there. If I can find it. Can't seem to find it though. There it is. Okay, so there's his pitch. This is what we're going to do. We are going to go ahead and schedule a week 4 visit for Marcel Reed. Playing style is what he's looking for. So then do that. Knock that out of the way. Okay, that's out of the way. Now we got to start looking at these other guys. Still, nobody else has offered this guy. So we don't have to spend a lot of hours there. Nobody has offered this guy. We don't have to spend a lot of hours there. Duke is coming after this guy. So if we want him, we're going to have to throw something else at him. So we're going to take this off. We're going to go back and do the 40. Right? Because they're going to make us work for him. So we're going to go ahead and throw the 40 at him. And we're going to come in here. Once again, same thing. Nobody's coming after this guy. We're not going to spend any extra hours on him. Nobody's coming after this guy. We're not going to spend any extra hours on him. Nobody's coming after this guy. We can't spend any hours on him. But you see what we're doing here. Okay, now we're looking at Tulsa. Tulsa scheduled a week 2 visit. They're coming after this guy. JUCO Junior. So what we're going to do is turn around and put 40 on this guy. And if we need to, we'll adjust it in the next round of portal, the next week of the portal. Here we come here too. Same thing. We're going to look at it. Nobody's offering him, so we can stick with the 20. Now we've still got 45 points to work with, along with this other stuff. All these people offered Trey Zune. You see they're all pretty much jumping the same. 2 of them have a tier of pipeline tier of 2. We don't, but that's okay. So we're going to leave old Trey Zune. No reason to get rid of him because we're still have a dog in that fight. Okay, then we're going to come over here and we're going to look at Derek McFall. We're currently first. He's got 2 other people that offered him, but our pipeline is stronger. And we didn't go but 25 on him. So you can see how Arizona State has got more of a shaded area. But that's okay because right now we already know we're going to go ahead and change this from that to 50 because we've got a shot at him. We've got a really good shot at him because of our pipeline tier. And if we're throwing everything we got at it, these aren't really big schools that got coaches that got extra recruiting hours to throw at recruits. We come down here, left tackle, the sophomore, we got a great pipeline. You can see the shaded area of ours is higher. So we've got a good shot at him too. So we're going to go ahead and move this guy also up here with these other guys. And we're not necessarily getting rid of these other guys down here at the bottom, okay? We're looking at where we can get the biggest bang for our buck right off the bat. And I need to save these 20 points. So this is what we're going to do. Right here, left guard, boom, look at that. 25, nobody's recruiting him, so that's good for us. All right, so we're going to come back down here. D. Gill, he's being recruited by the University of Houston. All they did was offer him a scholarship. That'll probably change this next week, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Right here, this kid, bunch of scholarships offered, but we have the highest pipeline. So if I throw more recruiting hours at him, definitely can probably get him if we want. But he's also only a freshman, so I don't know how much he'll help us right off the bat. Right here you can see we're doing good recruiting with this guy. If we really want this guy, we can get him. So we're going to throw him up here. Same thing here. We're only going against Jackson State. Okay, and then here again, a bunch of people are going after this kid. Oklahoma is obviously throwing more hours at him than we are. We'll keep an eye on that. That's something we need to come back to in a minute. Right here. This cornerback, nobody's coming after him. Nobody's offered him a scholarship after 1 week. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove these 10 points so I can use them somewhere else. Now we're looking at this guy. He's got 3 scholarships, but our pipeline tier is best. So we can probably stick with the 25 for right now and be okay. Next week we'll have another look at it, and we'll be able to tell if we need to change that in the next week. Here again, Kansas is coming after this guy. They're throwing a lot of recruiting hours after him. Do I need a defensive tackle? No. Do I have a higher pipeline? Yes, but they're throwing a lot of recruiting hours after him. So the thing is right now is with Van Poppel, we're going to wait and see what we're going to do, because I might need to use them hours somewhere else. So you're going to go back over to transfer portal. This is what you're going to do, folks. We're going to search again. Doesn't matter the interest in our school. All we're looking for is this right here, star rating. Only right now looking at 4 stars. We'll do this again in a minute. So then we're going to scroll over here just like we did earlier in the season, and we're going to look at offers. We're going to scroll down. None of these guys are interested in us, but here we go. Who is this? Center Transfer Junior has no offers. So we're going to click him. He is now on our list. We're going to come back over here and we're going to go down the list. No interest, no interest, no interest. But here's another one. We can't get him, but that's a cornerback. Right? But this is all we're doing. We're looking for a place where we can get a steal, a good player that can come play for us immediately and make an impact for us. Something that help bolster our team. Here's another one that if we had pro potential, which we don't yet. So, all right, here we go. This is a transfer freshman. Corey Smith, running back, not interested. I already got my own another running back, plus the one I've already got. So we're just going to keep going down this list. Here's another halfback, not interested. Right, so we're taking a look. We're taking a look. We're taking a look. Okay, we don't see anything we like. I'm not really big on 3 stars, but we'll look at the 3 stars now. And do the same thing and see if there's any worth our time. They're going to be these ones right up here at the front, though. Okay, so we're going to stay within the top 300. Here we go, right away. Signal caller, transfer junior, linebacker. Here we go, Jackson State. It's a running back. We're not interested in running back. Here we go, cornerback boundary junior. Is this one we've already got on our list? He may be already on our list. Let's see. He is not. So this is an interesting one because we need a cornerback, so we're going to throw him on our list. Thank me later for this. Cornerback, zone, right here is another. So these 3 guys, center. So this is what we're going to do. We're looking. We don't have a pipeline on any of them. Come down here to Houston. No pipeline on this guy. So I'm pretty sure we added J. Cole. We're going to come down. The teams that are interested in him are a little bit less harder to deal with, so we're going to go there. And then I think that's all we're going to do. We're only going to do that because we've got some other guys in here. So right now, this is all we're going to do. Offer scholarship. Offer scholarship. Offer scholarship. Right, and then I got 15 points left, so 5. 5. And 5. Now, actually, I don't need this guy right here. We're going to leave him for 1 more week, and we'll see what happens, and we're probably going to get rid of him. Okay, so now it's time to jump over to Portal Week 3. And this week will tell us a lot about some of these guys we're going after and where we're at. So, right off the bat, we're going to figure some stuff out really quick within the last 2 weeks. So, here we go. Jump in here. Okay. I'm going to move this stuff around because I want this guy right up at the top where I can keep an eye on him. I want this guy at the top where I can keep an eye on him. And I want these tackles up here where I can keep an eye on them as well. These are the guys that are our most important guys we're really worried about. Okay, so TCU, you can see what they're doing. Our shaded areas are about the same. They're not catching us. We're staying ahead. Good for us. we've got everything we could throw at Marcel Reed. So we're going to move on right now to Derek McFall. We are first. Stamper's trying to catch us. They're obviously spending about the same amount of hours we are, but our pipeline tier is helping us out there. Playing time and playing style are his things. So we're going to see real quick if I can find his thing. So there's one. There's two. Okay, cannot find it. Here we go. Back to that. Trey Zune. Proximity to home, playing time, brand exposure. So now we already know Trey's pitch. So we're going to go ahead and throw that at him, which is going to help us with our recruiting against him. And we're going to hope we get it. All of this really, man, is a crapshoot with all of it sometimes. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's a little bit of skill involved. Sometimes you just got to get lucky. And us having their pitches early on for Trey Zune and Marcel Reed could definitely help us land one of those guys or both of them. Now we're going to come down here to this guy. You can see our shaded area is larger than Boise's and SMU's, and we have a pipeline tier above both of theirs, so that benefits us as well. So we got to keep an eye on that. Here we go. Now this guy now has got two other people that are interested in him, so now we have to start thinking about that, right? So I don't know this guy's pitch. Maybe I do. Let's see. Championship contender. So we know his pitch. So we can definitely do that. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, then we're going to come over here to this guy. Still the only person on him, so we're good with that. We know his pitch, so we're going to take away friends and family, and we're going to go soft pitch. It's always better to get the pitches in there if you can get them in there. Right, so we'll do that. That's going to save us some points too. Here we go. Recruiting. Now everybody's trying to get this guy. Oklahoma has jumped over us. So what are we going to do? We're going to get rid of him. Because we're not going to fight it out with Oklahoma for that guy. And then remember, down here, we've got some other ones, cornerbacks, right? So now these guys, we can move them to the top of the list and we can really focus on them because we need to find another cornerback. We're actually going to move them down here below these guys. Okay, so here we are now with the strong safety. We're staying ahead, right? Very well done. Let's see. Playing style. So, may or may not have his pitch. We're going to hold off on that for right now. This linebacker, you can see UNLV has matched us with their shaded area, which means they're throwing more at it than we're throwing the kitchen sink at this guy. Which means we could lose him next week. We do not have a pitch for him, so that's dangerous right there for us to even keep throwing hours at him, but we're going to see how the next week folds out. Okay, here we go. So we've dropped down. North Texas jumped over us. Rice jumped over us. We're not out of it. We're still in third place, so we have to make a decision what we want to do with this guy. We don't really need an edge rusher. So, in all honesty, we're going to go ahead and remove him because we can use those hours somewhere else. Now, this guy, still, nobody's coming after him. Do we know his pitch? Yes, we do. Probably. So, we're going to check that out real quick. Okay, here we go. Let's see. One. Yeah, I think we got his pitch. Okay, so we have his pitch. This is going to be it right here. That's his pitch, so we're going to go 20 because nobody else has offered him. So once again, we're going to look here. Nobody else has offered him, so no point doing anything there. Here we go. Now we're going to look at this guy. Duke is behind us by a lot, so we're going to keep what we're doing there. No reason to change it. No reason to change. No reason to change. No reason to do anything there either if we had to. Okay, Tulsa is coming on and trying to pass us. So we have to make a decision right now. They have a week 2 visit. That's what gave them the boost. We're going to go ahead and we're going to come back to this guy. Remind me, we need to, you can't remind me. We're going to come back to him. So here we're going to take a list again. Nobody. Just Florida Atlantic gave him a scholarship, but they're not really recruiting him. Here, Houston has jumped over us. So they haven't done a visit or anything, but it's because of the hours we're spending there. So what we're going to do right now, take this away. We're going to go 50 and try to get back in that race because I need a wide receiver. So then we need to move this guy up here so we can keep an eye on him. Right. Okay, 55. Here we go. I think we already looked at that. That's good. All right, so now we're going to come down here to these other guys. I told you, this defensive tackle, we're going to see how it went. We really don't need him. So, what we're going to do with this defensive tackle is we're going to get rid of him and give us another 15 points. Then we're going to bring the center up into the motion. Here we go. We're going to go in here. That's the wrong button there. All right, so the center, we're going to go in. We're going to take away his 5. We're going to make that 25 and try to push the interest level because still nobody else has offered him except for us. So now what we need to do is we got 50 points to try to decide where the most place they need to go. We're in a battle with Tulsa for him. And I told you we need to come back to that. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and schedule. We're going to say a week 4 visit. Proximity to home is his thing, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to throw another 10 at him. Okay, so for right now, that's what we're going to do with him. Now we've got 25 points. We need to figure out where we need it the most. Okay, so here we could use it. There we could probably give him some too. I like this guard, so a good possibility we'll throw some there. No, good there, good there, good there. Maybe not so much there, but we'll come back and see next week. There we're okay. There we're okay. This is what we're going to do. Send the house. Definitely needed here. So there's a decision to be made here, okay? And really what we're going to do is we're going to add the 5 and get him up to 40. We're good there. We're good there. Now here we are with these two. Alright, so we're going to do this. And I should have paid more attention because in all honesty, we really need to be throwing more hours at these two guys too. Because cornerback is a need of ours. It's very pressing. So now we're going to jump back down here to this guy. And what did we do? 25 on the center. We're going to leave that. Okay, but right now that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave it like that. And we're going to go to week 4 and we're going to take our chances. I hope maybe we get one of them. Okay, so here we go. We're into week 4. We still haven't had anything happen for us yet. Nobody's, no recruits have done anything, but we're still first place for Marcel Reed, and we've got a visit this week. So that is promising right there. Promising. Okay. This guy right here, they're pushing. They're pushing hard. So we have to make a decision what we want to do there. We'll leave it the way it is. Trey Zune, I think we got that locked up. Left tackle, we might have that locked up. So far, so good, right? We're still in second place with this one. If we know his pitch, we might be able to do something with that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, as you can see with these cornerbacks, they've jumped up interest, right? So I am going to spend 5 points more on each of them and hope that helps. We're going to go down here to the center that we put 25 on. We jumped up to 3rd. And now he's got another scholarship offer. So we're probably not going to get him. At this point, I'm willing to try to take our chances and see how it all falls out. We've done the best we can, really. I'm being honest with you. We've done the best we can. So it's time to advance the week and see which recruits we get and which ones we don't. Okay. So first of all, Marcel Reed, we got a 4-star quarterback. And not just a 4-star quarterback, a great 4-star quarterback. We are a 60 overall team. Okay? Left tackle, Trevor Gooseby. Now we got another 4-star. There's some 3-stars coming in right now. Look at this. So now we're getting a whole bunch of people. Here we go. Let's see. We're looking to see how things shake out. We may be through all the ones we're going to get as far as the 4-stars go. But, okay, there's the running back that I told you that he locked us out. 4-star running back, and we got him. There's Trey Zoon. So now we've got 2 4-star linemen and a 4-star quarterback. And we got a 4-star running back that we brought in for good measure. Okay, so we didn't get Derek McFall, but look at this. Look at this. 1, 2. I'm going to go back to that recruiting update. Okay, so you got a 4-star. Let's look at the, okay, so right here, we're getting into the 3-stars, 746, 744. This is their ranking, 441, 469, 435, 511, 524. Another 4-star. This one is 1638, 1136, 295 on that 3-star. So that's a good get with that. And then, so you're just looking at it, right? So McFall we lost. The wide receiver we lost. We didn't get any wide receivers, but we're going to jump in and get into all that in a minute. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at top classes. We're in Conference USA, so we'll jump over to Conference USA. We had the 39th. We finished 39th in recruiting. Okay, with a team that started out as half a star. I believe we're now up to 2 stars. But 60 overall team, this is how we came in. You look at some of our things. Campus Lifestyle C, Stadium Atmosphere D+, Program Tradition F, Coach Prestige C+. So, you know, we just got a 39th overall recruiting class. And I think we got 4 4-stars. Okay, so we're going to jump down to position changes. We're going to do a little moving around real quick. Okay, quarterback. We're looking good at quarterback for next season, it looks like to me. All right, here we go. Cameron Teague is our best running back. I do not see the freshman coming in. Ty Hardy is back. He's really the guy that I want to go with because he's got a little bit more speed and change of direction. This guy, not so much. Okay, here we are at wide receiver. We've got nothing. Our fastest wide receivers are 59 and 55 overall. We're going to have to figure out something there. We're going to be in trouble for this next season. Take a look at moving him to wide receiver, 56. God almighty. Ty Hardy. 55. So we're basically screwed this next season as far as it comes to wide receivers, unless I got a bunch of cornerbacks. Way too many tight ends. Here we go, left tackle and left tackle. So Trey Zoon, we're going to leave at left tackle. Left guard is going to be Tanner Morley. That's that 3-star, 79. Better than what we got. So now we're getting somewhere with our offensive line. 77 right guard, 76 right tackle. So here's where we get now. This guy's slow, D. Perkins. So what we're going to look at is moving him to center. right? And then we're going to come over here. This guy's 55. We're going to look at this left tackle. Let's see what Gooseby would make as a right guard. So, now looking at our line from left to right, 88 left tackle, 79 left guard, 76 center, 84 right guard, 76 right tackle. So, not necessarily great, but way, way better than what it was, okay? Okay, here we go. This is another 3-star that we got out of the transfer portal. You can see he's just as good as the senior we got. Right here, you can see these guys are not great. Is what it is. We'll leave the D-line the way it is. Here comes linebackers. Okay, so 78, a 78. 69 is going to be better than this. Let's see. We'll move him to Sam. And that gives us a little something to work with. But now we got some linebackers. Okay, here we go. So now we're down to cornerbacks. 82, 77, 71. At least we can try to be competitive there. Free safeties. Just horrible. Strong safety. Okay. Now, this is where I got to make a decision, right? Like, which one's more important, free safety or strong safety? I really feel like it's going to be free safety is going to be where I really need the speed. So we're going to go ahead and move him over. And then we're going to look and see. So there's a guy that's impact, the freshman, 85 speed. So this is the guy right here. I'm going to go ahead and move him to strong safety and hopefully we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at for right now. Man, I needed the kicker. I can tell you that right now. Kick power, kick accuracy. Power, kick accuracy. So we're going to change our kicker to the punter. And we're going to change our punter to the kicker. Because we could really use him as a kicker. He's got the power and the accuracy to kick some field goals for us. Okay, so now we got 3 athletes to go through. This first one says dual threat. Looks like he's a quarterback. This one right here is going to be our 4-star. So we're going to start with this bottom one. It says he's going to be better as a halfback. Let's look at his speed. His speed is 85. Not great. Could play some defense, that's for sure. So now what I need to do is I need to look at some different places. First of all, I need to look at my tight ends. They got a 70 overall tight end, 75 speed. So what we're going to do with this guy right here, his bottom one is we're going to make him a wide tight end because I need a tight end. Now, this is where this gets interesting because this guy's supposed to be running back, but I need a wide receiver. He's going to be a 71. Not exactly what I wanted to use him for, but we're going to go ahead and throw him out at wide receiver because he can play the position. Now we've got this guy's a quarterback or a halfback. We're going to place him at quarterback. So, okay, that's that. We're going to go ahead and advance. We'll take a look at what happens. And then that'll be the end of this episode, the portal episode. Training results. Okay, so here we go. No overall change for Marcel Reed. But these other guys did get some jump. Halfback, Strickland went up 3 to 80 overall. His speed is not there. No overall change for Hardy. That would have been nice. Man, that would have been nice. So Hardy is the one I've been thinking about starting because of his speed and his change of direction. This guy's change of direction, agility, everything's good too. He just does not have the speed. We may start him because he was a bruiser last season. Wide receiver, Foreman gets 90 speed. That'll help us a little bit. Here, Bell gets up to 92. This guy gets up to 91. So some of these numbers are going to help us out a little bit with their speed increases. Tight end. Nothing really spectacular there. Left tackle is up to 90, 80, 83, see 84. Now we're almost 80 across the board, or might be 80 across the board on the offensive line. Defensive line, nothing crazy going on there, but this guy, normal, got a 7-point bump. Not looking horrible there. Okay, who is this guy? 10 points. Man, I swear. So no change there, really. Cornerbacks. So now we got some 80 cornerbacks. We've got some 80 free safeties. So now last season, we only had like one player in the 80s, and now we've got a player in the 90s and a whole bunch of players in the 80s. And then we got some players in the high 70s as well before we get down to these other guys. So I feel really comfortable at this point with saying that our overall should change and we should have a fighting chance this season. I might even put a decent team on our roster because I feel like we can do something. All right, so let's jump in here to encourage transfers. Got to get rid of some people already. That's obvious. Okay. So right off the bat, this freshman redshirt, 67. Is he going to be anything? Higher than this guy, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the sophomore redshirt because I don't need him. To be honest with you, should we keep DePaul as a backup for this season? Maybe. But we got these other two guys that are 74, 67. Not much worse than what we played with last season. It's a hard-pressed question. We'll come back to it because maybe we do, maybe we don't. Jay Buford Jr. is probably a guy that I'm not going to play. I'm probably going to go with Strickland and Teague and Hardy. And he's only got 85 speed. We're going to think about that and come back to it. All right, right off the bat, wide receivers. 62, the guy's a 90. We're going to keep him because of his speed. Tight end, senior redshirt Smith, gone. Junior, 64, gone. All right, so we'll hold there. Left tackle, we're good. Left guard. Rid of him. So right off the bat, I'm going to get rid of these two guys. Both of them are just horrible. Okay, so that means I keep other guys. So some of these seniors, I'm looking at them and I'm going, I can redshirt them and maybe still have them next season. It's kind of where we're at with that. Cornerback, sophomore, freshman, sophomore. Okay. So that's what we're going to roll with. We're going to roll with that. We're going to stay in our conference. We're going to advance to next week and we'll see what our overall looks like after we cut loose a bunch of this dead weight off our team. All right, so there we go. So season 2, we've jumped up to a 72 overall, 74 on offense, 69 on defense. We'll take it. We got a chance to make some noise. All right, thanks for catching this episode of the Transfer Portal and Beyond. Until next time, this is Coach Dub, signing off.